Hello and welcome to my old school RuneScape quest guide for the Fremennik Exiles. This quest picks up where the Fremennik Isles left off. It is a master level medium length quest released 26th of September 2019 and is members only. It's the second quest I've had the pleasure of playing on release day, so although I know this guide is coming out a little late, I really wanted to just make a guide on it and release it for you guys. If you like the guide and you find it useful or helpful, please leave a like and a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel. I'm going to be doing more of these. If you'd like to see any other quest guides, let me know. With that, let's get into the guide. I'll go over the quest requirements, skill requirements, item requirements, and then the actual guide itself. Then once we finish the guide, I'll go over the rewards that you get upon completion. The quests that you'll have to have completed are the Fremennik Isles, Lunar Diplomacy, Mountain Daughter, and Hero's Quest. And the skill requirements that you'll have to have are 60 Fishing, 60 Smithing, 60 Slayer, 65 Crafting, and 55 Rune Crafting. The items that you will need include a Mirror Shield, 2 kegs of beer, which you need to buy from Thor the Barkeep before you get exiled, or if you get exiled you can buy them afterwards from the GE or the Wandering Merchant, 1 piece of molten glass, 100 astral runes, a pet rock which can be obtained after being exiled, a fly fishing rod or bait fishing rod, a Fremennik Shield. Note this is not the Arctic Pine tradable shield, this is the shield that comes from a drop from Dagonoths. It can also be obtained as a drop from market guards, or you can buy one from Barter, who is in the Waterbirth Island dungeon, for 150,000 gold, or for free as a one-time gift if you have a Ring of Karas A. You'll also need ice gloves, a hammer, a glass blowing pipe, any kind of pickaxe, and a seal of passage unless you've completed the Elite Fremennik Diaries. Then some items I would recommend getting are good food like sharks and good combat equipment, full graceful or other light clothing, Fremennik sea boots, and a few stamina or energy potions to help speed up the quest so you don't walk as much. To start the quest, you need to go talk to Chieftain Brunt in the Fremennik Longhouse. There's a couple of different ways you can get there. The easiest is to use Fremennik Sea Boots 4, and that will teleport you directly into the market next to the Longhouse. Sea Boots 1 to 3 get you 1 teleport per day, but the 4 will get you unlimited teleports. You can also use the fairy ring code AJR to go to the Slayer dungeon to the southeast and then run over. Or you can use a Camelot teleport or a Sierra's Village teleport and then run to the northwest to get up to Relica. Or you can use a home teleport if you have your home set to the Relica home teleport, which is directly to the south. To start the quest, go talk to Chieftain Brunt in the Long Hall in Relica. He'll tell you about a disturbance that happened last night near the sandpit and ask you to talk to Fremennik. So when you're done talking to him, run north to the second house near the sandpit and she'll be there and you can talk to her. When you get to Fremennik, she'll tell you about an occurrence that happened last night where some beady little eyes were staring at her and being creepy. She'll ask you to investigate around. At this point, make sure you have good combat equipment and a mirror shield. With your equipment, go investigate the sand pit to the north and a level 57 basilisk will pop out. It should be pretty easy to kill, so just kill it, and then when it dies, pick up the letter that it drops on the ground. Pick up this letter, you can read it if you want, it's just a little bit of backstory. When you're done with that, go to the west and investigate this pile of rocks, and you'll get a fang. You can investigate that. When you've finished with that, go to the south of the house and there'll be a little stack of 3 boxes. Click investigate on that to get a venom gland. When you have these 3 items, go back inside the house and talk to Fremennik. She'll take the items directly from you and gives them to Chieftain Brunt. When you're done talking to her, you can go back into the hall and talk to Chieftain Brunt about everything that's going on. Once you're done talking to Chieftain Brunt, there's going to be a cutscene where because of everything that's going on, you'll be exiled by the council, and you won't really be able to talk to any of the Fremennik after this. So it's important that if you're going to buy your kegs of beer from Thor the Barkeep, Do so before talking to the chieftain, otherwise you won't be able to afterwards, and you're going to have to either get them from the Grand Exchange or from the Wandering Merchant. After the cutscene, Chieftain Brunt will mention that he'll meet you to the southeast of town. He's pretty easy to find. Just go to about here. There's not a lot of people out here, so he should be pretty obvious. Just follow this dirt trail to the south, and it'll lead you straight to him. Once you find the chieftain, he'll suggest that you recreate the shield of the hero who had originally slain the giant serpent in order to regain the trust of the council and get rid of your status as an exile. To recreate the shield, you'll need to find and create 4 separate parts. The first part you can make is the lunar glass. Go to the lunar isle and make sure you have your seal of passage if you haven't completed the Elite Fremennik diaries, and grab 1 piece of molten glass. Go to Baba Yaga's magic shop, which is in this floating chicken house. Once inside, talk to Baba Yaga, and then she'll imbue your molten glass into molten glass eye. Next, take the imbued molten glass and 100 astral runes south of the village to where the astral altar is, and then use the glass on the altar, which will get you your lunar glass, and it will turn blue. This completes one of the 4 components you need. Next, let's make the signet. Go to the mine on Lunar Isle, which is northeast of the town. You can use Protect from Magic to prevent getting frozen from these sukas, and then just use a little bit of good defense armor if they hit you in your lower level. They shouldn't be too much to worry about, though. Go down in the mine, and then mine the stalagmites, which will get you lunar ore. You'll need a total of 3 of these lunar ores to make the signet. Then go to any furnace and melt them down. It's just a 1 bar to 1 ore ratio, so smelt down all 3 into different bars. And then take those bars and a hammer to any anvil, and you can smith them down to make the V's sigil. Next, you'll need to go to Foskerman, who is located here. She's also the lady who enchants your lyre. Talk to her, and then she'll enchant your sigil, and it'll turn from the lunar ore gray color into a marvelous golden color. To get the polishing rock, take your pet rock, which you can still acquire from Ascaladdin even after you've been exiled. Go to the mountain villager camp, which is to the far east of Relica, and then follow this trail along all the way up to the Shimmering Lake, where you'll find a large geyser. You'll be too sad about thinking about throwing the rock into the geyser because of all the memories you've had with it, that you need to go talk to the seer in Relica to be able to do it. So return to Relica, go talk to the seer who's south of the fish market, and then he'll allow you to forget all the memories you've had with your rock, which will allow you to throw it in. Return to the mountain village and go back to the geyser. Make sure that you have your ice gloves with you and either your bait fishing rod or your fly fishing rod. Take your pet rock and throw it into the geyser, and then make sure you have your ice gloves equipped and use your fly fishing rod or the bait fishing rod on the geyser to fish it back out. Then you'll have your polishing rock. Once you have all 4 components of the shield, have them all in your inventory and just use them on one another to combine them into the shield. With the shield and your 2 kegs of beer, return to Chieftain Brunt, who will be in the forest where you left him, and then he'll get the courage to make you not an exile. He'll take the shield from you and both kegs of beer at this time. He'll chug both kegs of beer so that he has the courage to announce that you are an exile. When you're done talking with him, just go back to the Long Hall and find him there. When you're done talking with him at the Long Hall, a battle will commence in the market where all the basilisks start to invade. Especially if you're a lower level, make sure you have the absolute best equipment you can get. Higher levels shouldn't have a problem with these fights. Make sure you have your best melee equipment, V's shield, some good food, a prayer potion, a super restore potion, a combat potion, anything like that. You'll need to get to 100% completion in this fight, and if you kill one of the large red basilisks, you get 10% completion. Killing one of the smaller green basilisks gets you 3.3% completion. Once you've completed 100% of the fighting, you'll be prompted to go to the boat in the northwesternmost docks. At this point, it's fine to teleport out to resupply. Make sure you have all the food in your inventory, some super restores, some Ceradomin brews, a super combat potion, and then anything else you want for the final fight. Make sure you have V shield, and then I would recommend the best melee equipment you can get and a good crush weapon. Return to Relica and then go to the boat on the northwesternmost part of the docks. Get on the boat and it'll take you to the island of Stone. Once you're here, you'll find the door guarding the final boss's grave up here by the chief. Go ahead and talk to him, and it'll appear that the basilisks have already breached inside and are likely reviving him. However, you're going to need to solve a puzzle in order to gain access yourself. Click on the door to start the puzzle. If you ever played the game Mastermind, this is very similar. You click on the little buttons at the bottom to change to different symbols of runes, and then click Go. It's kind of a guessing game. Once you click Go, there'll be green check marks or red check marks or nothing. A green check mark represents that you have the correct symbol of rune in the correct place. A red check mark means that you have a correct rune that's in the wrong place. And then an unchecked mark means you have a completely wrong rune. I actually got really lucky here, as you can see, because I have 3 green check marks on my first try. The strategy for doing this I would recommend is changing one symbol at a time and seeing what happens with the check marks. If you have green check marks and you change a symbol and none of them move, that means the other symbols you have are correct. If you get, obviously, a new green check mark, that means you just put that one rune in the correct place. So just fiddle around with that until you get the door open. Once you're inside, there'll be a brief cutscene and you'll go immediately into battle. You'll begin fighting the basilisk on the left, which is Typhor, and the chieftain will fight the basilisk on the right. I recommend praying melee for the first 50% of this fight until he's half health, and then for the next half of his health bar, switch to protect from magic. There aren't any special mechanics to this fight, and it's pretty quick and easy. Once you've killed your basilisk, the chieftain will kill his. The Jormungand will rise up, and he'll kill this final basilisk in order to regain his power, which begins the final boss fight. The Jormungand is a level 363 serpent beast. It has 600 hit points. It only has 2 special attacks that you need to watch out for. It is weak to ranged and crush attacks, and it uses both magic and melee attacks. I recommend praying whatever combat style you have the least amount of resistance to. The first attack you need to watch out for is this attack where the screen glows red. All you need to do is face away from him and then resume attacking him once it's over. If you don't, you can take up to 50 damage and your stats will drain by 20. The second special attack you need to watch out for is when he fires this little snake head thing at you, which will turn you into a bunch of stone. All you need to do is either keep clicking attack on the Jormungand or keep clicking away from it in order to break free. It looks like the vine attack from the Hespori, essentially. Once you're free from the stone, you'll just be able to keep attacking the snake. Once the fight is over, you'll rejoin your comrades in the long hall for a celebratory drink, and then you'll have quest complete. For getting this quest done, you'll get 2 quest points, you'll get V's shield, access to the Island of Stone, which has the Basilisk Knights in it. You'll get an honorific name appended to your existing name, so instead of Talcall, for example, it'll be Talcall Drapare. You'll be able to create and equip the Neitiznot Faceguard and get 15,000 experience in Slayer, crafting, and 5,000 rune crafting experience. Again, congratulations on finishing the quest. Hopefully this guide helped you in some way. If you'd like to see me do a specific quest guide, let me know in a comment and I can hopefully do that. If it helped you with this guide, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks.